Hello, I'm Leslie Logan, co-founder of OnlinePilatesClasses.com, and today I'm answering your questions from the comments on our video. So first of all, to all of you who are watching and have subscribed already, thank you so much. Your questions, your comments are what creates the questions we answer on Sundays, and also the classes and things we create for you over on this channel. This is August, and he's going to help us. We're going to talk about tips for tree and rolling up because we released a beginner-friendly mat class, and one of you had said, "I'm really struggling with the tree. I actually couldn't do it." And also, then that led to questions about core and core strength, and I'll be answering more of those questions throughout the weeks. But I wanted to talk about tips for the tree and rolling up. First of all, let's just look at what tree is. So tree is actually a reformer exercise that you can do on the mat. And I like to do on the mat because it helps connect the back of the muscles here in our hamstring. So when you hold this here and you just do this, if you are like this, if you're sinking back to do it or your leg has to move away, that tells me we are going to struggle with the tree. That doesn't mean you can't do it. It's just give yourself permission to need to be in practice with it. And I'd rather you stretch and work on that hamstring than get upset with yourself you can't do it. So when you struggle with the tree, what you can do, and I'm just gonna work around August because that's how he is. If you can't have the leg straight and walk up and down your leg, if this is not an option for you, which it's hard, that's a really hard option, then what you can do is have the knee bent and walk up. And you can also just use both legs there. So you can use both legs to come up. If the foot is coming up as you're walking down and up, right, that is a sign we need more strength of the hamstrings because your hip flexors are too strong. So how do we get that? So we get that from the single leg kick exercise, which is this one right here. So this one, you want to double check that your pubic bone is down and your hip points are up, and then you'll kick a heel towards your seat, and then you'll kick. And you should feel this in the hamstring glutes, and you should feel your quads get a stretch. If you don't, grab a ball, put it between your knees or pillow because it tells me that your knees are probably splaying or your hips are moving side to side. But this exercise right here is going to strengthen your hamstrings and glutes, stretch those hip flexors so that when you're here doing the tree, this leg can remain flat, or at least if it's bent, you can get that hamstring on. And then the strength of this hamstring can push into your hands and can help you come up. So it's okay to push that leg into your hands and come up, right? The next thing is the roll up is not the same as a sit up. A sit up definitely uses a little bit more momentum. It definitely is okay with hip flexors being part of it. The roll up is a full body exercise. So when someone can't do the roll up, I don't automatically think it's a core strength problem. I actually do look at flexibility of the back, strength of the hamstrings, and then how dominant these hip flexors are. So signs that your hip flexors are dominant are that when you do roll up, your legs come up. That is actually your hip flexors pulling you up, not your abdominal muscles. And why are they doing that? Because they're like, oh gosh, you can't do it? I'll do it. And the hip flexor's job is to bring the leg to the core. And so they'll just pull the legs up and like, look, we did it, right? So giving yourself permission to be in practice and noticing, oh, I'm not able to do that yet. That's so key, the yet. And then exploring what muscles we actually need to be turning on. So first of all, I love that this question was even asked because it allowed us to actually discuss that what we should be practicing is the roll up. If you can't do tree yet, and the roll up or even the half roll back is not an option for you yet, practicing it over and over again is actually not going to make you better at it. It's actually going to make you frustrated. Instead, when you just look at exercises that strengthen the back of your body. So those would be the single leg kick like I showed you, thigh stretch, double leg kick. All those exercises are actually here on my channel for free. You can watch them. I also love to incorporate them in every single OPC class that we do over on the mat. If you are interested in learning a more beginner series, we have something called Full Body in 15. It's a 3-part series. It's totally free. And I explain how these exercises really work together. So go to Full Body in 15, that's fullbodyin15.com, and you can actually access that series and give it a try. Also, check out these tutorials that we have. Pilates is actually really most important about you being within your body. And so when you take class with us, whether it's here on YouTube or over on onlinepilatesclasses.com, and you actually go, oh, I can't do that exercise yet, and you explore that and you ask me that, what's really cool is you're being curious about your practice, you're being exploration. This is your practice. If you are an OPC member, you can actually film yourself doing the exercise and you can send it to me and I can provide feedback specifically for your body. So that way, if I'm missing, like maybe it's your shoulder back connection, that would be a whole different exercise routine, but I can only do that if I can see you do that. And I can only do that if you're an OPC member. So check us out at onlinepilatesclasses.com/YouTube to a free trial and have an amazing day. This is Bayonne. So feel free to ask questions in our comments. We just dropped a video today about the truth about Pilates without any, like seriously, no BS. So check that out. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And I'll be back 9 a.m. Pacific time next week to answer more of your questions. Have an amazing day.